The Kansas City Chiefs wins 10.5 over plus 105, under juice to minus 135. Division minus 160, conference plus 375, Super Bowl plus 800, Patrick Mahomes MVP plus 400, finish with the best regular season record plus 800. Last year's MVP, Patrick Mahomes. We have the Tyreek Hill suspension hanging over the team. Will it be 4 games? Will it be more? Will it be less? Is Sammy Watkins capable of being a number 1 receiver? Can he stay healthy? Travis Kelce is a monster. Damian Williams, is he capable of being a number 1 running back? The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, helps this very bad defense. But Donnie Rightside, I want nothing to do with these Chiefs.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's kind of funny we talk about not wanting anything to do with a really good football team. But again, we're gamblers, we're bettors, and you want to see an added value in order to take this team. Now, we're looking from the past couple years. They're used to double-digit wins. Is there a better regular season football coach week to week when you know Andy Reid's going to have that football team ready to go? There's no surprises on Kansas City from what we look at. The number 1 offense in the league, the surprise is on defense. You're going to have to stop somebody in order to continue to move forward here. I like the move from Spagnuolo, used to it being back in those Andy Reid days, way back from Philadelphia. The one interesting thing, again, with this division, Jimmy, is Tyreek Hill is a big ingredient here. If he does not get suspended, let's just say only misses maybe 1 game, you draft a rookie wide receiver that was supposed to fill into his role. If he doesn't, now you have a bonus surplus at wide receiver. You should get the running game going. Andy Reid, one of the best screen passing offenses in NFL history, that's going to be able to get this offense moving. Mahomes, very talented, but you're right. It comes down to the defense and also comes down to value. If you're going to pay like a minus, what did you say, 150, 160, or 170 to win the division, when you have a team that's really 1A and 1B, when we're going to talk about the Chargers in just a few moments here, there's a lot to like about Kansas City. I think they can hit their win total, but I'm looking at 2 teams that are going to be both challenging for 11, possibly 12 wins in this division. I like the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they make the playoffs, Jimmy. But the problem's going to be here is those expectations are so high. And what happens if something just isn't right with Kansas City at quarterback? What happens if it's just not right with the defense? Again, this year, a lot of moving parts. The one thing they do have is a great home field advantage and a very good regular season coach. It'll be fun to watch moving forward. I still think they can at least get to that 10-win plateau, though.
Get to 10 wins. You're right. Great home field. Great coach. Last year's MVP at quarterback. But I am not high on these Chiefs. Whale Capper, are you?
No, we're in agreement here. The offense is due for a regression. Even if Tyreek Hill plays 16 games, you're not going to see those same kind of numbers from Pat Mahomes. He largely caught the league by storm in terms of the way that they implemented him in the passing game and some of the wrinkles that they had that were kind of specific to his skill set that people just didn't really know he was capable of doing that. Everyone knows now he's the reigning MVP. The expectations are higher. The defenses in your division especially have spent, amount of time preparing for you coming into this season. Like all of these things are red flags for a Chiefs offense underperforming compared to expectations heading into this season. Talking a little bit more in detail about Tyreek Hill and why he's so valuable and why he's so special for this offense. He gains more separation from defensive backs than any other player in the league, and it's not close. Okay, you look at Pat Mahomes' completion numbers and things like that. Like they're impossibly high, but he wasn't throwing into tight windows. He wasn't making especially difficult passes. Even he was throwing the ball a mile down the field. He's got an incredibly powerful arm. But, a lot of the, success they had in the passing game was born out of the fact that their receivers can get separation. A ton of that was Tyreek Hill. You have to completely reshape your defense when Tyreek Hill is on the field to make sure that you're not allowing the home run, so to speak. And without him, it would be an even more significant step back for this offense. You look at the Chiefs' schedule last year; it was pretty easy, really. They didn't have to go on any back-to-back road games. They didn't have any real, especially long stretches of travel. They had a real nice bye week, that afforded them the opportunity to kind of regroup and reshape for the home stretch. That's not the case this year. They have a much more difficult schedule in terms of when they're playing which teams. The idea, that everything's going to be off the ground and smooth running, smooth sailing, and they're going to get out to a great start is not a guarantee this year. I think all this kind of mixes together for a step back in terms of total wins. And then when you look at the defensive side of the ball, they didn't address their biggest problem. They don't have coverage players. They brought in a honey badger, I guess, but that's not a difference maker in the coverage standpoint as far as I grade him. They focused on, they gave away a lot to get Frank Clark. They lost Dee Ford in the process. So, there's a lot on the defensive side of the ball where I don't think that they really address their biggest problems. So I think they're going to give up points. They're going to give up passing yards, and they're going to make it especially tough for this offense. Granted, the offense is capable. Pat Mahomes is amazing, but I think they're going to be in a lot of close games this year. And if you're going to say more of these games are coin flips than you would like if you're holding an over and you're counting on double-digit wins.
I agree. We are all on the same page on these Kansas City Chiefs.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.